Now, hold up just a minute there. Did that...
There's no way this episode is about Quagmire almost piping his daughter. Welcome back to the Stanley channel. Today is going to be me. It's not going to be any chat. And we are react to a video from the one, the only, the homie, Alex Griffin. Times Quagmire went too far in Family Guy. I don't even know how he created this video within the 8-minute and 16-second time span. Because as far as I'm concerned, Quagmire should be underneath prisons. The things that Quagmire has gotten away with on Family Guy, to my knowledge, have literally been some of the most abysmal horny acts that I've ever seen in my life. But let's get into it.
This is every time Quagmire crossed the line on Family Guy. Anyone remember the time Quagmire tried to boink his best friend's wife? This episode has a pretty classic premise.
Mrs. Griffin, I'm afraid your husband has amnesia.
Basically, Peter hit his head one day and forgot everything about his life. The doctor has no idea when his memory might come back, so
First of all, I just want to call Cap.
His head one day and forgot everything about his life. The doctor has...
There's no way Peter's brain is that big or that bumpy. It has to be way smoother and it has to be way smaller. I just want to call Cap on the things that I see Cap about. I just know this is not his actual head size.
No idea when his memory might come back. So for now, Lois has to deal with Peter being more insufferable than ever. Now, Lois is basically a random woman as far as Peter's concerned. And a hot one at that. Peter can't believe it when he finds out he can have sex with her whenever he wants, but he doesn't seem to understand the concept of marriage either.
You ready to have sex?
You bet. Move over so Tiffany and I have room.
What?
Lois is obviously infuriated by this, and Peter makes it worse by questioning.
I did not remember that in the episode. That's crazy.
The whole concept of marriage. Lois decides to leave him behind and take the kids with her, but unfortunately, the only apartment they can find is in the worst part of town. Now, you might be wondering where Quagmire comes into all of this, and the answer is right now.
Giggity. Giggity.
He spots Lois at the grocery store.
Oh my gosh, he was the original shark. Oh my gosh. He was the original shark. My goodness, how history repeats itself. That's so crazy.
And decides to make a move. He invites her over for dinner.
Also, cart full of meat is... That's hilarious.
And Lois accepts, not realizing that there's only one thing on Glenn's mind right now. The next night, Quagmire pretends to be drunk and asks Lois to help him up to his bedroom. Lois gives him a hand, and pretty soon the two are in bed together. Meanwhile, Brian discovers that Lois and Quagmire are about to get it on, and he rushes to Peter to knock some sense into him. It turns out that Peter recovered from his amnesia a while ago, and he was just trying to see how long his bachelor life could last. But when Brian tells him where Lois is, he realizes he's got to do something fast. Back at Quagmire's house, he and Lois are basically on the
like Quagmire's wrong for this, but like, dang, we just got divorced and you already on. You feel me? I'm not saying like Glenn is 100% wrong as my dog. How dare you? How dare you? But also Lois, like, I know we're not for nothing, but our kids, you know what I'm saying, and all that. I would just like the respect of maybe like give that Jonah a cool 6 months. Cool 6 months for being piped, and then piping my dog too. Give that a cool year. Lois know what she doing too.
Verge of doing the nasty, only for Lois to say something that really turns him off.
If Peter's never coming back to me, it's at least nice to know I'm in the arms of a trusted friend.
Little does she know, nothing puts Quagmire off like consent. So, go figure. He immediately starts having performance issues. That's exactly when Peter bursts in, and all Quagmire can care about is reviving his dead boner. But this wasn't as bad as when Quagmire got real creative while trying to get out of his wedding. Wait, you might be thinking, Quagmire was about to get married? Yeah, he was, in season 4, episode 21 to be exact. It all starts when Peter wins a personal maid for a week on Wheel of Fortune. The maid, whose name is Joan, by the way, shows up and ends up doing all sorts of weird chores for Peter. Now, Peter invites his friends over the next day just to show his new maid off, only for Quagmire to start fantasizing about the poor girl. But get this, he's not being a perv like he usually is. Nope, he actually starts imagining the two of them in some...
See, bro, everybody just need a nice, good Joan in their life, bro. It could really change that man, bro. If you guys watch Demon Slayer, you see how Akaza was really ready to burn. Let me. If you guys watched Demon Slayer, you know what I'm talking about, bro. You just need a good shorty who, you know what I'm saying, and she really gonna save you, bro.
Kind of Lord of the Rings type romance, followed by this bizarre encounter.
Hey there. I mean, it's nice to pleasure your acquaintance. Would you like to go out to dinner tomorrow night?
Much to everyone's surprise, Joan says yes, and they agree to meet up at 9 o'clock, and I know what you're thinking. Quagmire probably just wants to
Is
get...
Quagmire not chopped though? It's the jawline, it has to be, but Quagmire is objectively a chopped guy. So like, you feel me? He like, at least Johnny Bravo, you could tell he like type smooth. He got, you know what I'm saying? He like keeps himself in shape. Quagmire is literally like, but he be getting the shorties though. Like even his haircut is crazy.
Late, right? Well, no, actually, as hard as it is to believe, he's actually fallen in love with Joan. Next thing you know, Quagmire and Joan are celebrating their 3-year anniversary. Now, I have no idea if
You know you love a shorty when your shoes off, no socks on around her. Oh my gosh.
they've done the deed yet, but you'll never guess how serious Quagmire is about this girl. It's like he's a whole different person all of a sudden.
I've decided I want to spend my life with you. Will you marry me?
Yep, good old
Wow.
Quagmire just straight up proposed to Joan, and they can't be more than half a dozen dates in their relationship. Of course, he's not exactly a paragon of good judgment, and neither is Joan apparently, because she says yes without missing a beat. Mr. Giggity invites his friends over for dinner, and they have a hard time believing all of this is happening. Peter seems to think it's all just a gag, but when Quagmire opens the door, he realizes just how wrong he is. Instead of the creepy, sloppy, next-door neighbor he loves, Peter finds out that Quagmire has actually gotten his life together, or rather, he seems to be completing his transformation into some suburban freak of nature.
Ooh,
Beautiful.
hate is a word we don't use in this house. Joan and I always say, if you don't have anything nice to say about someone, don't say anything at all.
Yikes, and it gets even worse from there. For real, Quagmire does something so
I say I'm so happy, bro, for this time of life that I am in, bro. I have never had one of my dogs like change because of a shorty, literally in a good or bad way. Like, not saying like they're horrible and they remained horrible. I mean, like, they haven't changed in the way that's like not dumb. Like, they always who they are. Like, they already good dudes and they remain good dudes because of that shorty. At least to my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had none of my homies ever experience that shorty that make a completely switch. Like, if Cheerio came up here with after like dating and all that, and he comes up with here, he get his girl, he come up here, and now he just start wearing like boots with spurs on them, cowboy hats, and has wheat hanging out his mouth constantly, I would have to defriend him. I would have to unfriend him. But it's not even because of what he got on. It's just the sudden change in character would throw me off. Thankfully, I have not experienced it.
absolutely shocking that it might just make you pass out.
All right, Quagmire, time for your lap dance.
No, guys, I can't do that. It's degrading to women.
Say what now? Did Quagmire just say no to a lap dance? There's no way this can last.
Which is, I don't know, bro. Whenever I get married, bro, I don't even want a bachelor party, bro. I don't know. People be making bachelor parties like their last night to cheat type stuff, bro. I'm overly cool, bro. I don't even know how to have like a bachelor party that's like a bachelor party. Like, I don't know, bro. That's something I'm about to talk to my girl about before we even get married. Like, yo, what you thinking for a bachelor party? And she like, yeah, I want to go to the strip club and like have a guy dance on me. We might have to cancel the wedding. I ain't gonna lie. We might have to cancel that.
Right? Yep, it takes Quagmire all of 5 minutes to start ogling Lois from across the room at his own wedding. Realizing
Yo, again?
that this is his chance to get his friend back to his pervy old ways, Peter takes full advantage of the situation, and before you know it, he's gotten through to Quagmire.
Giggity, giggity, God, I made a terrible mistake.
Since this is Quagmire we're talking about, he immediately tries to get out of the marriage, but things don't go according
Right.
to plan. Joan pulls out a knife and threatens to kill both herself and Quagmire, so he has to backpedal fast.
Ah, one of those. We all ran into one of those. Me and you. We all ran into one of those.
Knowing he can't just leave his wife, Quagmire pretends to have a heart attack, and even his friends
Nice.
throw him a fake funeral.
Nice.
All because he
W
married
homies,
someone on a
homies.
whim and was too much of a coward to get out of it. That's almost worse than the episode where Quagmire took his pervertedness to a whole new level when he found out he had a daughter. If there's one thing you can say about Quagmire, it's that he has interesting preferences when it comes to the sack. Basically, as long as the girl is 18, Quagmire sees nothing wrong with getting down with her. Of course, his freewheeling lifestyle makes
I
it
do
pretty much
remember
guaranteed that he has a few kids running around out there, but Quagmire's not the type to care about that sort of stuff. One fine day, Quagmire and the gang find themselves at a high school prom for some reason, where Quagmire runs into a girl named Courtney. Now, Courtney's 18, which makes her
Right.
more than half Quagmire's age, but that doesn't stop him from putting the moves on her. To be fair, Courtney seems to be into him too, and they look like they have some solid chemistry on the dance floor. We can all probably figure out how Quagmire's night is going to end. Or do we? Quagmire gets her started on on all the paperwork that's required before sleeping with him. Guess that's just how things go when you're a degenerate like him. But even so, they start to get all hot and heavy.
Would never
'cause
have
Courtney
thought that
seems to be
Quagmire
super
was
into him
thorough
for
enough to do paperwork. I just thought Quagmire would be getting to it.
some godforsaken reason. That's when the strangest thing happens.
Oh, Courtney.
WFB, what's good? What's good? What's good?
Oh, giggity.
Now, hold up just a minute there. Did that...
There's no way this episode is about Quagmire almost piping his daughter. There is no way this episode is about Quagmire piping his daughter.
reason? That's when the strangest thing happens.
Oh, Courtney.
Oh, Glenn. Oh, giggity.
Now, hold up just a minute there. Did that girl just say giggity? Quagmire immediately realizes that something's off, because there's only one reason why Courtney would parrot his trademark line.
You're my daughter.
Oh, shoot! Oh, my goodness! Oh, my goodness! My goodness, no! I did not know Quagmire was from South Dakota, Iowa, Tennessee, Alabama. My goodness.
Yep, you heard that right. Quagmire almost bumped uglies with
He's old enough to be your father, and no, literally.
his own kid. And I mean, considering how many illegitimate children this guy's got around town,
What's good,
not to
brown
mention
skin?
the decades that have passed while he's pursued every woman in his path, it makes sense that one of his kids would be an adult by this point. But the fact that he almost slept with his daughter, now that's a level of grossness I'd never have expected, not even from Quagmire. So obviously, Quagmire's not gonna do the deed anymore, but he does have a few things he needs to address. Courtney does too,
How?
of course, mostly because she's hoping Quagmire will remember her mom and tell her all about her. You see, she never knew her mom, so this poor girl needs all the help she can get. Unfortunately, Quagmire probably can't remember
How
the
do you sit and still have food with her knowingly like, yo, I was really about to like, you feel me? How do you have dinner when that wasn't the first thing that you were gonna eat that night? Like, that's very odd. That's very odd.
last person he slept with,
It's
let alone
Quagmire,
some
true.
hookup from over 18 years ago. The best old Glenn can do is just read random stuff from around his kitchen. Courtney doesn't seem to mind, and she even gets teary-eyed at Quagmire's half-baked attempts at reassuring her. Now the thing
Stan,
is,
please,
Courtney's
my
living
fault.
arrangement is currently, shall we say, not great. So Quagmire
What's good,
suddenly
little
decides
X?
to do the responsible
Appreciate
thing
you.
and let his daughter live with her. All of a sudden, Quagmire's a new man. He even calls
You know, I am noticing that is the first time I've seen Quagmire's kitchen ever.
Peter out on his misogynistic jokes, but
Giggity.
we all know this isn't gonna last, right? Fast forward a few days and Quagmire somehow convinced Peter to bring Meg along for a father-daughter camping trip. They end up getting lost, and that's when Quagmire finally blows his lid. He goes off on a rant on how he never chose to be a dad, which sounds like such a wonderful thing for a daughter to hear.
Wow.
Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't.
I'm not Dad. I'm Quagmire. Glenn Quagmire. Giggity fucking giggity.
Ouch. Now that's gotta hurt. Stay classy.
Aw.
Quag. And finally, we've got the time Quagmire violated human rights in his own backyard. Okay, we're gonna need some context here. Basically, Peter decides to buy himself a pickup truck. Don't ask
Right.
why. You know the reason is going to be absolutely moronic.
For
the point
sure.
is, he has no idea how to drive a pickup truck, so his neighborhood's in for some sheer chaos. His first victim turns out to be Quagmire, who understandably is upset that Peter wrecked his ride. I mean, it's a pretty sweet looking ride, but wait till you look at what's inside.
Damn it. Hey, come back. Please, come back.
Oh my goodness.
Just to be clear, it seemed like Quagmire was literally trafficking women over here, and considering he's a pilot, it seems like something that would be almost too easy
my
for him to pull
goodness.
off. But hey, a few women trapped in the trunk of his car isn't a big deal,
It's
right?
horrible. Glenn, buddy, pal. Oh my gosh. Glenn, my goodness. My goodness.
Right, makes perfect sense. Where did these women come from? What was Quagmire planning to do with them? How can he sleep at night knowing he's such an absolute scumbag? These are questions we may never
Facts.
find the answer to, but that's just how things work with the pervious man of all time.
Glenn! Fine God. My goodness. Glenn Quagmire is crazy. Oh my God. There's every time he took advantage of women. Holy. Okay, well, if you guys want me to react to more Glenn Quagmire stuff, let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one. With that being said, comment twice. See you down below. Goodbye. Peace.